Who am I, eh? In the last video I told you about our son's birthday and how he asked for an Encanto theme party, you know what I mean? And last year it was rubbish trucks and I made them these hats, these party hats in felt, and they took me a while because of all the details. And this year, because I'm practicing with the embroidery foot and this is all flowers and things like that, in fact he said I want a hat with flowers. So because he asked for that and I'm practicing, I'm going to go with that. And I want to make like for the hat, like if it were the main character's dress and skirt with the flowers and little details, but because it's going to take a while, I think I'm going to design two. I'm going to design a special one for him and a more simple one for the other 10 I have to make, supposedly. So let's start. In the film, the main character has a really embroidery everywhere outfit with this sort of lace with a black butterfly. That's one of the things I want to recreate. And then the skirt is in different shades of teal and turquoise and loads of embroideries, loads of butterflies and flowers embroidered there. So I want to recreate some flowers and some leaves, and then she also has another butterfly, but a 3D one in, I'm not sure if it's in wool or in any sort of cord. And one important thing of the film is a yellow butterfly with that I want to recreate as well. So let's start. So I have the pattern for the hat from last year, and what I want to do is to do the black butterfly on top, but I don't want to do it just on top. Because it's a blouse like this one with a ruffle, I want to recreate that, so I'm going to cut a second piece that is just a bit wider, so it has more volume, and on there I want to do the butterfly. And then underneath is going to be the flowers, and then the 3D butterfly in pink and the yellow one. The black butterfly is only a silhouette, but in a thicker stitch. So I went ahead with my zigzag stitch and I went on with it all around it to create the edge and then inside. In the drawing, of course, the butterfly has different widths. The lines are different depending on what the drawing is, if it's the body or the wings. So I did that by changing the zigzag stitch width to different sizes. So in the black butterfly I took 20-25 minutes because I'm recording myself, so that's the problem. Making 10 will be like almost 5 hours of work. I'm being really annoying about all the other 10 I have to make. I don't want to, it's just that I'm worried because I want to make them, but I think it won't be possible. So let's start with the teal and embroidering all the flowers. The blue leaves I did in a zigzag stitch as well, but a narrower one in number 2, so it was quite distinctive and you could see them quite well. For the orange flower, what I did was I embroidered a circle, and then all around it I went on doing arches, so it was all the rest of the petals. These colorful flowers didn't take me any time at all, and they are quite enjoyable really. It's a relaxing thing to do, and it's really nice when you start seeing the shapes of stuff. So now I'm going to sew the coral butterfly. I'm just going to cut a bit of cord and twist it so I can make like a sort of pom-pom, and then sew a bit of felt on top to make the shape of the butterfly. For the yellow flower, what I want to do is just to make the edge in a darker yellow, like a yolk sort of yellow, and that's it, that'll be it. Then cutting it around, and that's it. The problem with this kind of project is the amount you have to do. If it were only one, I mean, you do it and you enjoy it. It's an enjoyable process because of all the little details. But the problem is making 10 or 11. I have to count the children better. Yes, 10. So making 10 just for the sake of making all of it is a lot of work. If it were that someone asked you to make them and you're being paid, you just make them. But just for a party, it's a lot of work. So stay until the end of the video and let's see how long it takes to make this one, and I'll tell you my thoughts about the other. To close the hat, I'm going to just stitch on top of the 2 layers. I just change my foot and it'll be like just like that. And the white bit with the black butterfly, I'm going to sew by hand because I'm not sure I can manage this little corner in the machine. Now my needle, where's my thimble? Where is it? Oh, I lost it. Okay, that's a nuisance. Well, I can't find my thimble, so just be kind. I know I have to use the thimble, but I can't find it right now. Once I had everything together, the only thing left was to sew the elastic band, and I just measured the one I had from last year and did the same, just sew it on each side. And this is the final result. I'm really happy about it. I think it's quite cute, it's really nice, and it's nice to make as well. The problem is how many you can make, because this one took me, I think, like 4 hours to make, so it's quite a lot if you want to make a few. So for the rest of them, what I'm going to do is to make it a little bit simpler. I won't be making the white bit, but I'll be making the flowers and the 2 butterflies. But that you'll be able to see in a short. So don't forget to subscribe if you like this kind of content. I really appreciate it. It helps the channel a lot, and that way you don't miss anything, because I upload twice a week. And I leave you here a link to other felt projects I've made. Felt is a really versatile material. You can make almost anything you can imagine. So have a look and maybe you'll get some new ideas. Bye!